When I was around 13 years old, I joined the furry fandom. And back then, I didn't really know a lot about the internet, so it wasn't that easy to get in touch with other furries. We had some Skype groups, if anybody even remembers Skype nowadays. And we also had Amine, which was fairly new at the time. But with those platforms, you were pretty much restricted to the people that just logged on there and were somewhere around the world. And it was not easy to find people that you had nearby to meet and hang out with. Even though there were already forums out there like Furbase, my 13-year-old self did not know how any of those websites worked. But one day, I stumbled across a website that was very unique, and it was called furrymap.net. An interactive map where you could see all of the people that were around you, and you yourself could even be put on the map. And that website is what we are going to talk about today. I really wanted to share this little piece of furry fandom history with everybody for the people that might have never experienced or heard about it. So grab yourself some popcorn because this is the history of furrymap.net and where the website stands today. So the first thing we gotta do is time travel a little bit to a year I cannot 100% confirm. But let's just assume it's around 2004 to around 2007. This is where Icefolks, a furry from Germany, oh my god, that's where I live, had the brilliant idea to make an online furry map called the Furry Map of Germany. Unfortunately, I was only able to find Icefolks' personal website and not the actual Furry Map of Germany. And I don't know if there's any way to reach out to Icefolks and ask him if there's any visual representation whatsoever of the original Furry Map of Germany, but the only way to contact him was through his old website with his old email. And again, since the website is so old, I just figured that it is probably not in use anymore. But this is where it all began. Icefolks' map was the first map out there. After an estimated few years, we get to the ancient year of 2008. It doesn't feel that long ago, why are we getting so old? When another furry developer called Kimura will come out with his own version of the furry map, just called furrymap.net, which is the version I got to know when I joined the fandom. According to Wikifur, after furrymap.net was released, Icefolks came out saying this: Kimura created a shiny, new, and modern furry map, and if it proves stable, I will discontinue the service in favor of the new site. Which he ultimately did, and since then, furrymap.net was the big furry map website out there, where you could look for other furs nearby. Thanks to the Wayback Machine, I can actually show you what the website looked like. So here's how the website looked like. You had a world map and every furry who wanted to could make an account and put themselves on the map. Since the Wayback Machine has not archived everything, I'm also going kind of memory, but I'm pretty sure you could choose how people could contact you. You could put in your email address or other social media. So you could basically see who is nearby and how to contact them. On the right, you had a window where user information would be shown. For example, if you clicked on a profile, I'm pretty sure it showed their bio and of course the social medias to contact them. You could also look at a list of furries that most recently joined, sort members alphabetically, and so on. So you had just a bunch of different things that you could put in there. The website was great, and even I got to meet some people that I'm still in contact with today. But unfortunately, nice things cannot last forever. And with the internet just always changing, growing, evolving, the website at some point just couldn't keep up anymore. Taking us to the year 2019, where unfortunately the website had to go down with the message that you're seeing on screen right now. Furrymap.net was gone. So with furrymap.com gone, what's next? Well, with us being in 2019 now, smartphones were everywhere. Everybody had a smartphone, everybody had an iPad, and apps were thriving. So you could just go to the App Store and download your local furry app. And I think back then especially, it was Howler, but that is a whole nother can of worms. It is basically the predecessor to Bark, where we will not get into that here. But with all of those phones, there simply wasn't a need for a specific map website anymore. But actually, furrymap.net is not completely dead. In late 2022, a furry dad going by Rook as of the recording of this video actually made a non-official predecessor to the website, now being called furry-map.net, giving the whole website just a more modern look. It looks pretty nice actually. As far as I'm aware, they're still working on it, and I think that this website looks really great and has a lot of potential. If you want to check it out, I will put a link in the description down below. I really hope that they continue to keep it alive, and I wish them all the best of luck. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's the history of FurryMap.net, a old furry website which recently just shot into my memory, and I just thought, hey, I think that's something nice to share with all of you. From a website that started in the early 2000s, being taken over by a more better version in 2008, and even today there is still a predecessor. I think that it's so impressive that people in the furry community always have been and probably always will be doing their very best to connect with each other. And even though we have newer apps like Bark, for example, nowadays, we should not underestimate the impact FurryMap.net had on the furry fandom, especially on the people that used it and the countless bonds and friendships that it made. And I personally think that especially Icebooks and Kimura should be proud of what they started all those years ago. And Ruya can be proud of creating a new version, keeping the spirit of FurryMap.net alive. Thank you all so much for watching, and I sincerely hope that you all had a wonderful time watching it and that you had a good time. Please consider leaving me a like and a subscribe for more videos in the future, and I hope to see you all again sometime soon.